Hey everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be working on this pretty peony, and this reference photo is by Pamela Escobedo. So we're going to get started on this in just a minute. I'm just going to get a sound check, make sure everything is good. We are currently on Facebook. See the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay either here or on YouTube. Get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. As soon as it loads. Come on, phone. All right, so we've started on this. It is a acrylic on wood. It is approximately 5 by 7. So we've got it basically blocked in, and working on details and shading now. Hey Angela. Hopefully sounds okay. I didn't check. Yeah, seems okay. All right. So it looks like we got people on. I see Dawn, I see Angela, and sound seems okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this camera up top so we can get started. All right, 1 second. Come on and focus, camera. It's way crooked, I can't tell. I need a grid. There it is. Focus now? I think it's focused. Alright, let's zoom it just a bit. Zoom it out. Think about there. That might be a little too much for my iPad. Okay. Alright. So we're getting there. It's got a ways to go yet, but we're getting there. It's having some trouble matching some colors, so I went through, I put it on my digital program, and I did some basically where you touch the color and it changes the pen color on your paint program. I did that to kind of see if I could see the color better, because I was having trouble matching some of these shadowy areas in here. So I came up with what they are, and then these are actual paint samples that I played around with mixing last night, so I could try to save some time mixing colors and trying to get it right. I got pretty close, so, and then I just kind of traced out a basic shape on this one, which I need to, this one's too big. I need to print that on, or trace that on tracing paper. What I'll probably do though is just trace like a few areas if I have a question on where something is. I lined it up last night with a photo, and it seems it's pretty close. I didn't get too far off, because it started with the tracing and then the tracing just kind of went away. that just kind of ended. So I've just been mostly kind of eyeing it, which is fine. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know me, I tend to, I don't know, I like to do exact replicas because I'm more of a realistic painter. But that's just me. It doesn't have to be that way. I can loosen up and be a little more, you know, artistic with it, but I don't know. It's just my style. It's the way I've always painted. But anyway, so let's get some colors laid out. So what I basically figured out was I need the portrait pink, which is light portrait pink. And that's like the base of almost this whole flower. So I'll put a decent amount of that out for now. And then I need the quinacridone crimson. We haven't been using this one as much. It's a redder quinacridone. And then I also have the quinacridone magenta, which is a pinker version. Neither one of them looks pink on the palette. And then I need, let's see, what else do I have? Believe it or not, a little bit of burnt umber. Not much, just the tiniest touch of burnt umber. The tiniest touch of black, just here and there. The black really is mostly for the shaded dark areas, but I'm going to put it, I'm just going to stick it way up here. And then a little bit of hooker's green, I think. Let me look. Is it hooker's green? It was for the leaves. So I don't know if we'll get to the leaves, but I'll just throw a little up there. I have a bunch of it. And then I needed, there was another magenta or something. Let me see. I need white, so I need titanium white. And I kind of went back and forth with just the regular white and the transparent mixing white. It kind of depended. So I'll just put, I'm going to put the regular for now. If I feel like I need the transparent, I'll throw it up there. What else? Phthalo green. That still comes into play. I'll put that next to this hooker's green. And was there phthalo blue or not? Quin Mac, burnt umber, white, black, magenta, burnt umber, black. No, didn't need that one. Okay, so those were the colors I came up with. I guess I didn't use this magenta medium. I started out playing around with it, but I don't think I ended up using it, so we'll leave it out for now. Alright, so there's some colors to start with. And we're going to try and get these kind of fine-tuned, location and otherwise. This area in here was, it was kind of messing with me. It's very, they're very similar colors, so it's hard to see lines and kind of figure out where they are. Flowers are just, I don't know, I think they're harder to do. I'm trying to find my trace here. Is it this one? I'm trying to find the correct size. Is it that one? Yeah, it is that one. So I'm just gonna trace this area right here. I don't really feel like tracing the whole thing, but I kind of want to see where I'm at and if I'm close to being right. So we'll just throw this on here. And shouldn't take me but a second. Where is my marker? It's not in that one. Must be in this one. I have like 6 containers of brushes and markers and pens, and it's crazy. Where is my just regular Sharpie? It's not there. Okay. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It is there. Okay. This little fine tip. Alright, so I just want to see. It's like I have this one pretty good. I have the little bunny. It's really close to being in place. But this area right here was just kind of, I'm not going to be crazy exact. I just want to get an idea of where these petals are and what they're doing. 'Cause I'm just not seeing it. Sometimes that happens. I think I'm okay there. Just looking at my picture. I think I'm pretty close here. This area is a little off. We'll just throw some of this in here, kind of, sort of. Like I said, I'm not going to be crazy exact. And then I probably should do an outline so I can see where to put it. Just a little. It has to be just a few points so I can line it up. that's just going to help me kind of see where I'm at. Close. It's close. It's not perfect, but it's definitely close. All right, so that's where I should be, so to speak. I'm just gonna cut this. I don't need all this. Try not to set it in that paint, because you know I will. I definitely will. I'm allowed. Do I have a blade over here? Good question. There's one. I'm doing this real super quick because I didn't really want to spend a lot of time on this. Just kind of help me see where I'm at. That line, it's so hard to see. I'm putting it on the white line. Come on, don't tear. All right, there. Now I can kind of see what areas I need to work on, and I'm just going to give this a little bit of a white show. Ooh, maybe not. I'll go with some. What color chalk is this? Grass green. No, I don't want that color. How about, what color is this? Black. That'll be fine. We're just going to do a little bit of black on here. Not too much. I don't want a lot of lines, but I just kind of want to see a few of these lines that were confusing me. I don't know why, but they were just messing with me last time. I didn't get that one at all, but it's close enough. I might leave that. All right. So let's just draw a little bit of this so I can see these few lines. There. I don't know if I even got any ink chalk on that. I really kind of messily put that chalk down. Let's see if it hits any of it. Wow. Like no. Not even a little bit. There. Let's try that again. I'm just lining up the points close. And I'm going to see if I can figure out where these are. All right, there's that, there's that. Like I said, I'm not being crazy exact. It's just going to really help with the shading if I can kind of get them close. I don't think I did this area. All right, let's try that. I can kind of see it. All right, we'll try that. Okay, so this is this petal, which is this petal. I'll just start there. And it is that medium, where's my little thingy? It's like a gray. It's like this one here, which is almost this, but just a slight bit pinker. So I'm just going to stick this up here so I can read it. It is basically the portrait pink. Where's my palette knife? Did I lose that too? Girl, where'd you put it? Oh, there it is. Found it. All right, portrait pink, which is, like I said, this is pretty much the base of everything. Portrait pink, Quin magenta, basically a nice pink. And then a tiny bit of burnt umber, which is the tricky one. It's such a small amount to change that. Okay, what are the other colors? A little bit of black. And some white. Throw some white in there. All right, I'm just gonna mix all this up. I don't want to put too much. When I put too much black, it really gets a weird gray. I don't like it, but the burnt umber seemed to work better for toning it down without making it so gray. And then teeny bit of black. I'm going to try to mix some over here. I'll take half of it. All right, that's close. Let me look at my little sample thingy. Let's see how close that is. It's close to that, so that's a good close to our base color. So I'll go ahead and just throw all this together then. So it's a good base. And then we want to add a little more black just to that one section for that petal. So let's put this over here. I'll try not to mix too much in case I mess it up on a little brown. I'm trying to get it to go gray. Not so gray, but a little gray. Because really, it's a really gray spot. And you look at the picture and you can't see it. It just looks, oh, it looks pink. But when I sample touch it, it's definitely got a gray tone to it. So we're just gonna, it's like a brown and black mixture. You can honestly just mix brown and black together and then add that, which I'm gonna kind of do there. Let's see if we can get this to go as gray as I want it. There, we're getting closer. Pretty close. All right, let's try that. Where is my brush I want to use? Let's go with, I'm going to stick with this little filbert. I don't know if this is the one I've been using. I have 2 or 3 that are very similar, but we'll use it. It has a very mauve tone. So I'm just basically going to move this petal down just a fraction. And then, where's that little loop at? This one is a little more white. I need like 3 shades of this so I can just pull to each one. So this one below it is kind of rounded. Rounded. That's good. And then right here, there's that little, I don't know, it's just like a little spot. We'll just throw some paint in there. There, something like that. And then there's this gray, which is, it's really close to this, but just the tiniest bit more of that black-brown mixture. I've got it a little too gray right now. Needs to be the tiniest bit pinker. Right there. This color right here. I think that's closer. Then this, which line is that? Where'd that tracing go? I lost it. Oh, there it is. see it now because I got black stuff all over it. Hold on. That's what my handy dandy eraser is for, if I can do it without tearing it. It's a hard thing to erase because it's very chalky. Probably should have wiped it with a paper towel first. Yeah. I just want to be able to see through it. I can't see through it right now. I'm not going to touch it because it's wet, but I want to get an idea where this little spot is. Right there. Okay, so that one is this petal by the bunny. So this one right here. And then this gray is next to it. Okay, so the gray is next to it, like about here. Okay, and then the bunny color is this pinker color right here. And then this. Gosh, even looking at it, it's hard to see where that line is. Okay, I see this one. Alright, I see that one. That one's like this shade with some more pink in it and white. Alright, let's find it again. Do you see it? I see it. Okay. So this goes like this. Try not to lose this gray. Okay. Oops. Don't get water on your tracing paper. That looks good. That looks good. This has a spot right here. I think it's right there. See the red spot? Oh, that's not dark at all. And that's where the red spot is. That comes over here. And there's a rounded spot here. It kind of blends into some pink. Which comes around. Concentrating. Trying to get too quiet when I concentrate, but it's hard not to do. Here. Squiggles down and up and over. And it kind of comes under there. Goes under that dark spot, so a little bit lower. Okay. This has a pink spot in here. This is too big. Tiny bit smaller. shaded spot from here, kind of a medium into that gray. Not that much. What is happening there? It's like a little white area right there. Just under that rabbit's shape. It's almost pure white. We're just gonna try and draw it in so I don't lose it. So somewhere about here. And then it's got a little dip. And there's a spot there. Has some white on it with some pink. Petals pointy there, there, and here. And then that whole petal there is that darker grayish pink. And continues under this curved shape over to here. I don't know where that magenta is, but it's somewhere in here. There's a curve here I'm not seeing. This has a little bit of a white spot across that. Hint at it there. And then below that comes over to here. It's a lot of ruffles through here. I don't quite have. See if we can get them on there. I definitely need water. This brush washed off, it's getting too thick. Alright, a little bit of white, a little bit of pink. Alright, let's see if I can find where I was. Ruffle. I think it is right here. It goes under. That's where the magenta is right there. See if I can throw a little bit in there. I'm going to throw too much, just a little. Can you see it now? This is the second turn, this is the first turn. Should be about here. I think that's right. Okay, so we got a pinkish. Is it kind of gray or not? Maybe a little. Alright. This petal comes above this. Goes over to this little gray spot. And above this green leaf. To about there. some gray shade in there, but I'll have to do that in a second. This blends in a little bit better. Don't lose that pink. Little spot here underneath this petal, like that, and then this one's got a little bit of a highlight too. I lost that highlight. Let's try to throw that back on there. And then more gray. Okay, where'd it go? Here. Really trying to get the shape right. There's a little spot that cuts off there. Alright, those leaves are much darker. Some brown and black in that color. Still isn't quite dark enough down here. I have to add a lot more black and brown to it. And then there's a little bit of a white grayish area. Where this petal, where is it? Where this petal comes up. Up. About that much. And then it comes up over here too. Okay. Really need to work on that dark so that I can get those shadows in there. That will help, I think. This is a little lighter in here. And a little lighter on this edge. Okay. This petal. Looks like it goes this way. It's not that white, but help me see it anyway. Alright, so here, around that. And it goes to this shape and down the other side. Okay, there's a little bitty spot right here. Comes up. Comes into this hand shape, kind of. It just doesn't have to be quite that dark. I'm trying not to go quite as high as I had it. That's close. This one's a little whiter. dark one. It really needs to blend better. Let's try to blend that better. It's only dark on that edge. This isn't quite that dark. Okay, that's close. So this, what is that shape right there? Trying to find it. I just don't see it. Why don't I see it? That's not helpful. It's too detailed. I'm just not seeing that shape. Wow. I don't know why. Okay, I'll just wing it. So hard to see. Alright, so I know that that's rounded there. And then there's a petal above it, which isn't quite that big. And then there's a white petal. Let's add more white. There's a white petal right here. Comes up. So this is two. It's too big. Right. And then that's like a dark gray. That's about right. And then there's something right here. We'll just say it kind of comes over like this. I'll add that dark gray back in if I can find some color. It's not this dark. This is way too dark. I'll just leave it for now though. Alright. And this goes over like that. And it's got like a translucent pink over the top of it, which that's going to be tricky, but I'll get it in a minute. And that. This one, is this high enough? I think it's high enough. More pink. That one's more pink. And then it goes here. That shape's taller or something. It's also more pink. Let me add more pink. Where is it? Definitely wasn't that gray. This has that peachy color, which is basically this. It's this portrait pink with, which one is it? Let me look at my colors. It has maybe just a little bit of green in it. I think that's the issue. So a tiny bit of green. So hard to get a tiny bit. Teeny bit of green. close? It's pretty close. Okay, where's it at? Goes up here. Add some white to that. That is here. More white. More white. Shape, that's about right. This one comes over, maybe more pink. This comes over this way. There's more white in there. Some dark shading under there I'll play with in a minute. Tiny little white spot there. That white spot just keeps fading. Needs to be a little more fluid to get that line. I need to use a liner brush for that, I think. Let's see if we can add a little bit of white through here. A little bit of white through here. A little bit of white through here. Over. This has, what color does it need to be? Maybe just a little wider. Not much. So it's folds. It's got a point there. Goes up a little. Point there. Comes down to like a point. And then the one below it's kind of up here. Let's see. And that one is, just don't get in there. We don't want it into that spot. We want it above it. Okay. A little bit of a shadow there. Need water. Tiny bit of a shadow here. Shadow here. There. Needs to be more pink. I think I just need it to be more translucent over that gray. Add a little bit of a wash. It'll mostly disappear. That's darker. Done with that. Nope, not that color. This has a lot more white over in here. That's more curvy. See if I can separate this petal. It's down and it has a little spot that goes over. Okay. What is happening here? I see that. Huh. Not sure. I spray again. Okay. I lost your spot. Okay, here. This goes up and down. Squiggles a little bit. And then there's a shadow in there. So the shadow should be a little more gray. Same color, but add some gray to it. It is here. It's not dark enough. It's actually not pink enough. Definitely it's more pink gray. Alright, there. Better? Nope. not dark enough. Okay, goes around. And it comes down to each side of this little point. Point keeps, there's something weird about it. Try to see if I can get that color. I don't want to have to change it. It goes around. I don't know what that is. That shouldn't be there. That should be pink. And then there's this, which is very detailed kind of shape. It's like a light pink. And it goes from up here. 2 points, 1 point there, 1 point there, comes over, and then it squiggles. I don't know if this is wet enough to squiggle. Let me see. Not quite wet enough. Hold on. Let me get a little bit more water to it. And then goes around to here, down straight into here. This side will keep it squiggly like that. And there's like a pinkish gray there. Beside it, squiggly. I'm not getting the shape. I'll do it in a minute. That is grayer. It's like a little piece here. It comes down. Right? Kinda. Go back to my white. See if I can fine tune this. Where to go? Here. Down. Hopefully I get this better once I start adding detail with detail brushes. Alright, I see that. I see that. Doesn't go that high. It's about there. And then there's that one above it. There's a shadow here. There's gray here. The shadow needs to be a little bit pinker. I'm going to put just a translucent wash over it. Let's see if we can make that pinker. Hopefully it won't dry this light, I don't think. Or I could just add the white above it. Where'd it go? Every time I look away, I lose where I was. It's here. This is underneath that magenta spot. And there's kind of a separation. And then there's a point right like this shape. It's not quite right. Let me see if I can fix it. It's not quite right. It doesn't go that far over. It kind of just drops there. Yeah, I think that's closer. It's not wet enough. Close. I'm being quiet again. Hopefully y'all don't mind. It's too far into the bunny. Darn it, it's much higher. I don't know what I'm looking at. Losing it. This point, I think. There's just not that much gray there. I need that pink tone. Okay, kinda. Hold on. I'll get him back. Gray. Not really super gray. really pretty dark though. Let's see if we can get that in there. And then there's one here. Okay. Oh, I totally lost that point. Not quite dark enough, I don't think. Add more magenta. It's like a black magenta kind of. Don't think this is going to dry quite this dark. Tone that down with maybe just some magenta. And drop a black. And some water. I want it to be a little bit lighter than that last color, but not much. I'm trying to wear pink, but I think it's dried out on me already. Alright, dark area here with, let's see if I can get it with this. Goes under, down, and squiggles this way, into a point kind of. little spot over here, maybe. Okay, there's bump here, down. It's about here. And here. Kind of, sort of. Just doing that as a wash. Grayish white. More white there. The second spot is a little bit pinker. Okay, water dried up already again. It's drying on me. Right. The second spot here, just a tiny bit pinker. It's not getting there. Something wrong here. It's further over. No idea where the color is. Just trying to make it again. That is definitely over here and not there. This petal. And it has a white, lighter one right next to it. It comes over and up into it. Lost that peach color. Try to get it. Magenta, pink, and what did I say? Burnt umber, maybe? Tiny bit. Portrait pink. Magenta. A bit of white. get some of this lighter colors in here. More water. Find water. Can't tell if it's getting close or not. Just gonna keep trying. Try and get just some shading going. I may not be absolutely in the perfectly right spot, but get close. Hey, Bonnie. Holding my breath a lot. So much concentrating, trying to figure it out. here somewhere. Not wide enough. Whew. I don't know, guys. I am having some issues. It's like, where do I put these lines? I don't know. Not sure I will take on another peony. Sounds very negative, but I'm sorry. This one is challenging me for sure. I need to blend that more, but I can't do it with this color on my brush. So. Where'd that color go? I don't know where I put it. Maybe here. A little more white. It's one of your favorites. It is a pretty flower. It's a beautiful flower, but a challenge to paint. Might be better for abstract watercolor or pastel pencils. I bet you could do this in pastel pencils. Really easy. I'm just trying to get a few of these highlights on here. It's pink in there. Gray. We're gonna find a spot for gray. That needs toned down a little bit. Tone that with some pinkish gray, maybe. But not too thick. Let's see if this will do it. A little closer. Don't lose that white spot. Any more water? What are they looking like on your end? Is it getting close? The tone's off. It's a little more pink than I wanted it to be. It's too purpley pink. I don't know. I couldn't get that shade of pink. I don't know why. I'm just really struggling getting that shade of pink. Blend this better. Just goes from light to dark there. Oops, too chunky. Come here, come here, come here. It's not big enough. That's that magenta color. Grayish magenta. Where can I put you? Too brown. Closer, but more white. Maybe. White enough. Just a wash. That's 2. Okay, that's not the color I wanted. That needs to be a pinker color. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe a touch of red. Maybe. Ouch. Crimson and magenta. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep building on it and hopefully it'll work. I'm still really struggling, guys. I just am. This one might not be my best painting. I'm sorry to say. But, you know, I'm trying. Trying. I don't know what is going on. It's like I can see it, but it's not quite right. So we'll work on it some more next week. Let my brain rest till then. Maybe I'll come back with fresh eyes and be able to see what I'm doing wrong. You think it's looking great? I'm glad. You know, artists are their own worst critic, and that's a fact, but it's hard when you're a perfectionist and you feel like it's not really living up to your expectations, but I'm gonna just keep trying. I'll get there. All right, thanks for saying it looks good, guys. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I will be back on Wednesday. Until then, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys then. Y'all take care and have a good day. All right, bye-bye.